Hi and welcome to this demonstration of Embassy Boot, which is a new module in the Embassy project that allows you to write your own bootloader. The bootloader itself is a very simple one. It supports having two banks, one that's active, which is the currently running application, and then there's a DFU partition or a passive slot which new firmware is written to, and at the application's instruction, upon reset, the bootloader will swap the two firmware partitions. And one neat thing about it is that it's power save fail. So if power failure happens during the upgrade process, it will be able to recover to the existing firmware. And we have a nRF52 development kit here, which can run an example application that we have. It consists of an application A, which you see on screen. It's not important exactly what this application is doing, it's only that it's having this firmware updater handle, which it uses to write the new firmware, application B as we will call it, and then when a button is pressed it will write the firmware and tell the bootloader that upon reset it should switch the images, and that's the last thing we do here. And then we have the other application, which is very similar, but it doesn't update any firmware. It just blinks this LED instead of having it lit all the time, which is how we can see which application is running. And finally, if pressing this button when running the new application, it will mark the firmware as good, and it will sort of make that will not attempt to revert to the old one if reset. So let's try it out. We have application A running, and then we'll just press the button here, and now it's updating and running the new firmware. So now we can turn off the board, and since we haven't really marked the application as good, then we turn it on again and it will revert to the old application. So we can do the update again, and again and again. And finally, if I'm not quick enough to actually trigger the power failure during the update right now, but if I press this button again, then it will mark the firmware as good, and it should be running if I power it off and power it on again. And that's it for this demonstration. Thank you.